What do you think has been some of the overall changes in the marketing automation field when you look back to where it's been? What do you think? What's been so significant and where you've seen the industry go firsthand?
Well, it's funny because I think marketing automation has actually been around for a really long time. It's just now it's technology based versus analog. Some years ago, I actually worked for a company, and what their job is, and they still, to my knowledge, exist today, is you would remember those little postcards you would get in the magazines, and you would fill it out and say, I like to go to these 3 places for vacation. You'd send it in. This company would compile a brochure for you, print on demand, that contained just those pieces of information that you wanted to visit, and it would send it back to you in the mail. And, that was marketing automation, in my opinion. And they've been doing that since I don't even know how long. Hopefully they still are, because, glossy brochures are still nice. So this has been around for a really long time. But to me, in the beginning, I think you really have to do things manually, and that's even some of my best practices, is you have to figure out what your workflow is and what your funnels are first. You can't rely on the technology to dictate how you're supposed to run your business or how you're supposed to run your departments or lead generation. I see a lot of people fall into that. So they're like, oh, I'm going to buy this piece of software and it's going to tell me what I'm supposed to do. And then they complain that the tool didn't work. And I think that's completely opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to use the technology to augment and enhance what you're already doing and what you know to work, and to make those refined changes, and not just say, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'll plug some info into this tool and hope money spits out the other end.
Yes, I think that is something that we've heard a lot of people, especially with CRM software, is like someone will invest a lot of money, but then they, whether they're an entrepreneur or enterprise level, they just think the software is just going to work automatically. The more money you spend, the easier it's got to be, right? But what you're saying is, even though we have such amazing technology at our fingertips, don't let that get in the way. You have to actually just manually build out a workflow. How does that normally look for you? Are you like using Post-its or whiteboarding?
We do. We have a Post-it board, offices or conference rooms in here. So like our UX team will go through, and we have, the room is covered with Post-its. My desk is covered with Post-its. That's actually how I like to work, because I have to figure out and everybody's process is different. Some people learn differently and some people work differently. But I like to actually go through and visually look at what the processes are, and being able to move things around and seeing if, you can take steps out. Where are the steps that get repeated? Where are the steps that we are, our poor interns are burning all their hours on doing, manual things over and over and over again? How can we tweak things that are 80% the same so we can have them done in an automated fashion where it takes off? So like these are the things that we do, but a lot of it is Post-it notes and brainstorming, and it's such a low-tech way of doing it. But that's what I said, you can't rely on the software to make these decisions for you. You have to figure out where your business is supposed to be going in the first place, and then once you have all that done, finding the software is really a matter, in my opinion, of going through the feature lists and the pricing and things like that, and making sure that the most check boxes are checked for the solution that you have, rather than not going through that process in the beginning and then buying a solution because your friend at another company in a different genre of business did it, and then you just assume it's going to work for you, and it doesn't. So check boxes and Post-it notes, those are my favorite. In fact, I have so many here, it's ridiculous. My notebooks are all full of Post-it notes.
That's awesome. I love it.